Hi, everybody. It's Maura from Trifecta and A Little Bit Extra. And today I have this wonderful opportunity to introduce you to Jason and Tiffany Loutsch from Albaugh Family Stables. The
Thanks for
real
having us on
exciting
today.
thing is they have a horse in the Derby this year, and his name is Catching Freedom, third in the points. So, welcome, Jason and Tiffany.
Thank you for having us. We're excited.
No, thank you. This is an incredible opportunity for me because this isn't your first horse in the Derby. So I really, really appreciate you speaking with me
Oh,
today.
absolutely. We enjoy doing interviews. It's fun talking about it. That means that if we're getting interviews this time of year, that means we're in the Kentucky Derby, and that's our goal. So,
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's start with you, Jason. I know when you talk to people who love this sport, whether you're a fan, you're an owner, you're a bettor, there's always that horse or that moment that really drew you in. So what was it for you?
well, there's a couple things I'll tell you. Growing up as a kid, I remember sitting around the TV on ABC as a young kid watching the Kentucky Derby with my family, and just that was the only really the horse racing that was ever on TV when I grew up. We didn't have the TVGs and all the other stuff that was on showed horse racing. And then the second thing is anytime we got our first horse out of Prairie Meadows here in Des Moines, and once you win one race, you're pretty much hooked. And we had so much fun with that first win, and it brought so much excitement to our family, and we wanted to experience it more, so we got more horses, and we really just enjoyed the sport from there. And it got spoiled with our first real quality horse took us to the Breeders' Cup, and it's been an amazing experience, and taking us all over the country with our family. It's been just an awesome deal.
Oh, that's great. So I know you've had a few in the Derby. Was Brody's Cause your first horse that got into the Derby?
Back in 2010, we were in an ownership group with Patio Prado, who ran third in the Kentucky Derby, and then under the Albaugh name, that was our first starter. I think we've had 7 starters under the Albaugh
Wow.
name, and he was our first. Last year we had 3 in the Kentucky Derby, which was something that it was an amazing deal. It was something that I'll never forget, and Angel Empire ran an unbelievable race to get third and give us that excitement coming down the stretch that that I've always wanted is like, hey, what does it feel like to think you might win a Kentucky Derby? When he was coming down the stretch, I had that for a second, like going crazy, like, oh my God, this might happen.
Yeah, yeah. I remember last year I looked at my mom, I was like, "Who actually won that race?" Because like there were so many like right
Yeah,
there. And then I
yeah,
realized it was not Angel of Empire who I did bet on. So I was
yeah,
like,
me too.
but no, but no, that's great. I mean, most people can only dream of going to the Derby, and you've had more than a few, and you had the favorite last year. So what do you really attribute your success to?
Well, there's a couple of things. When we first started this, Dennis came to me and said that we went back in 2014 that he wanted to go to sale and buy colts to get to the Kentucky Derby. And yeah, that sounds great on paper. It seems like an easy deal, but it's really not.
Yeah.
Um, there's so many foals born every year, and you're trying to get one of 20 to go into the starting gate of the Kentucky Derby. But we put our heads together and came up with a great program. We have a great team, and we've been, at first I said, oh man, we're getting really lucky to get this a couple of years. And after being their 7th time, I think our team's really good. I think they're good at what they do. They have a good eye for finding good horses for us, and we have a good system, and it seems to be working out. And hopefully, with a little luck, this next weekend, we can get the ultimate goal.
Yeah, it's definitely a team sport. I don't think people who don't really have the background understand all of the knowledge and expertise from different points of view that go into it. But
Yeah,
it's
we
definitely
have
more
great,
than luck for you. I will
yeah,
say
we
with
have a
that many
great
entries.
we have a great supporting cast at the sale. We have Barry Berkelheimer, who's he's down at our farm in Florida where we send all the babies and get broke, and he goes to the sales with us, and he's just got a tremendous eye of finding things that we might not like or we might like, and
Mhm.
it's been a great partnership.
So I've been to the Kentucky Derby a few times. I know the crazy on the first Saturday in May. So I would love for you to finish this sentence with the first word that comes to your mind. So as an owner in the Kentucky Derby, the greatest 2 minutes of racing is pure blank.
I'd say anticipation would be the word I would use. It's the most amazing feeling. Uh, Leading up to those 2 minutes, the race is to just the whole during the race. I'm not even sure I remember what's going on around me, or
Yeah.
even during the race. You're just so much in tune to where your horse is, and you kind of block everything else out. It's just like you don't even hear the noise almost. It's just
Right.
such an amazing feeling and crazy. And it's just, we've had 6 weeks leading up to this. And then now you're going to say it's all going to come down to the 2 minutes here.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing deal, but it's something that I wish every person could experience. It's just an amazing feeling, and a lot going through your head and a lot going on. And but I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's an
Oh,
amazing.
no.
It's amazing. It's the greatest 2 minutes in sports, right? And
It
so
really is.
it is.
As a fan it is. I could only imagine as a
Yeah. And I really I don't take it for granted. It's this week's probably the week leading into the Derby is probably more fun for me than the actual Kentucky Derby. And don't take that wrong. Is I love all the stuff that goes with it. Meeting the people, the different trainers, the different horse owners. That's what's really fun. And then bringing our family together. It's just an unbelievable atmosphere for us. And the race day can be stressful because you're a little bit nervous to be honest. And but we have a great time and we enjoy it and we do it right.
That's amazing. So do you get there early on Derby Day and experience the whole day, or are you like, "This is a lot, and I just need to get there right before the
I
race?"
take every I when the gates open on there, I like to soak in every possible second because I always tell myself, who knows if I'll ever be back to this. I want to experience everything.
Mhm. For
I want to
sure.
enjoy every part of the day. And it's we go with our family. We have friends coming, and and, unfortunately the ticket prices are kind of high now. And so
They
I
are.
tell
Yeah.
people if we're going to spend this much money on these tickets, let's not just go for a look. Let's go enjoy the whole day. And we have a blast. It's something that all my family and friends we talk about all the time. The different people that have taken over the years. It's something that they'll never forget. And that's what's fun for us is we get to take people to have something that normal people just couldn't really go do. I mean, it's not you buy yourself in way into the Kentucky
Right.
Derby. It's
Right.
just tough.
Right. It's really tough getting in. So let's talk a little bit about Catching Freedom since he is the star of the show. You purchased him at the Keeneland September sale. What was it about him that drew you to him?
Well, there's a couple things. One, my father-in-law Dennis Albaugh, he always wanted a Constitution colt, and so for the last 2 or 3 years at the sale, we've been working to try to find the Constitution bloodline. We were unable to get it done because of price or it didn't meet our system. And this one, we just love the pedigree on it. It's out of a Pioneer of the Nile mare. Constitution, we knew that can run all day long. Thought it met the pedigree. It met it, jumped through all the hoops that we have the horses go through to make sure they qualify for us. And we just couldn't have been more excited to get the colt. We on our end, we maybe paid a little higher than we normally pay for horses, but we had to get this Constitution,
Yeah.
and we're so thankful we did. And he was born and raised at One Star Farm. They do a tremendous job with their breeding program. It gives you confidence when you buy a horse from them that he's been taken care of growing up, and that means a lot to us.
Yeah. No, I love WinStar. I have that background with WinStar being part of their syndicate. And actually, I brought my entire family and friends to Kentucky for my 50th birthday. And
Oh,
WinStar graciously gave me a tour and my family and friends.
amazing facility.
And
Amazing.
Constitution was the horse that they
Yeah,
brought out to have everybody take their picture with. So he is
I
special.
love, I
Def-
love their stallion barn. Their style. I always go when we go to Lexington, we go through and tour different stallion facilities, and Windstar has done a fabulous job, and they got a beautiful farm.
They absolutely do. I love WinStar. So hi to all my WinStar friends because I know you're watching. So when you talk horses, I know people like to talk about the different quirks or personality traits a horse can have, and that really endears us to the horse. So what do you want to tell us about Catching Freedom?
Yeah, on the track he's all business, but it's been my understanding. I might have been around him a lot at the barn. I will be this week, obviously, but he's quite the play horse, I guess. He likes to stick his tongue out a lot and play around with people. So I'm excited to see him stick his tongue out at me, and I hope he sticks it out the whole country when he crosses the finish line first next
That's
Saturday.
awesome.
That'd be fun. But no, he's a really cool horse. He likes to play around, and
Yeah.
him sticking his tongue out. I think it's really funny because they their horses they're amazing animals, and they have personality. One's different, and he just likes to be a goofball at the barn. It's kind of fun.
I love that. That's awesome. So we know he's a closer. He went from last to first in the Louisiana Derby. I can only imagine what that was like for you both. That must have made your heart
You
stop,
you
right?
don't want to know what I was saying on the backside.
But he won, and that's
Yeah.
excellent. So what do you think about the pace setup for this year, and what post position would you love to see him draw?
Yeah. Yeah, great question. Well, two things I'll say is, first of all, I'm hoping that we're not that far back. He just broke a little step slow out of the Louisiana Derby. Our plan was never. We thought we'd be really close to the lead actually going into that race. For whatever reason, he broke a step slow and kind of came out flat-footed, and Flavian just took him back and made one big run with him, and it worked out. So we're really thankful for that. I think he'll be closer mid-pack this year, but I think the pace. I've yet to see a Kentucky Derby without a fast pace. To be
Without a
honest with
fast pace, right?
you. Yeah.
Right.
So I know there's since the point system's changed in the last 5 or 10 years, that we don't have the sprinters coming into the race, but there's 20 horses in front of 150,000 people running in that first stretch. There's going to be pace. There's a lot will be dependent on the post draw, but we're confident that there's going to be a lot of pace, and I think he'll break sharper, and hopefully we'll be sitting mid pack. And I'm hoping that to your other question is we draw somewhere in the middle, whether it be 6 to 14 or something like that. I'd be happy. Outside would be better than inside probably for him, because I don't want to get him covered up, not knowing that he's not going to go into the lead. So we're hoping for something in the middle of the outside probably, and leave it up to one of the best jockeys in the world, Flavian Pratt. And we got a lot of confidence in him, and I would just love to for him to get his first Kentucky Derby winner, and Brad to really get his first official crossing the line first Kentucky Derby, for a guy that lives from Louisville. It'd be such an amazing deal.
No, he is definitely a great trainer, and Mandaloon was the one that I really wanted to win that Kentucky Derby.
Well, he did, but not. Yeah,
he did, but not really. Yes. So Tiffany, let's turn to you, because I have all my lady fans out there. Yes. I know that racing is a family affair, because I have drugged my family all over the country just to watch horses train. I made them ride in the car for 8 hours just to see Justified train for 5 minutes on the track. So tell me about your love of the sport and how your whole family is involved.
Yeah, it's rare to find one hobby that can encompass the whole family.
Yeah.
But when my dad and husband first got involved with horse racing industry, I love how it really brought them together, and they enjoy it so much. And I believe if you ask both of them, they love talking about the horses, going to the horse sales, of course, attending the horse races together. But it's really just brought our whole entire family together. And as ladies, we love talking about our outfits. Yes. And last weekend we all got together and tried them all on. And
it was quite the style.
Yeah, voted on.
It is a style check.
Wear what? We had to decide, what we were going to wear so we could proceed with the shoes and the fascinator and the hat, the bags, and everything.
Well, that was going to be my question. Do you do dress first or hat first?
I like to pick my dress first.
Okay.
I feel like you can always get something custom made to match the dress.
Yeah.
I like to find that dress that you feel good in, something you feel confident in, and something you'll be proud to wear. So I really like picking the dress first. So
you are on the world stage. I mean, if you are in the winner's circle, you want to be noticed, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to be noticed. So yeah. And we share a love of the hat girls, and so
that's how I found you, the hat girls. I saw that you mentioned our horse, and so they kind of put us together. So shout out to them; they're great. They really are.
Absolutely, their hats are pristine. So anybody out there that wants a hat, hat girls, yes,
they're great.
So what did you end up deciding? Is it an Americana theme for Catching Freedom?
Well, I'm really going outside my,
What day is it?
I know, I've had a lot of dresses show up. It's been wild, because, I have 2 girls, and so I'm buying for not only me, but my girls too. And I help my mom and my sister, and, it's a big family thing. So I'm really going outside my comfort zone this year, and I'm actually wearing a dress that is pink with all bright red roses. Roses embroidered all over it. So I'm not usually out there with my style, but Jason, my husband, said, if you wear this, I think we might win. So he is really not. I've had other dresses show up. I tried on for him. He's like, you have to wear that Rose's dress. So
it's 150th running. You have to wear the Rose dress. You have to.
That's what I said too.
So yeah,
a big rose hat. Yes, for sure.
Yes, so
it'll be quite the statement dress for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be fun.
Do you have any advice for ladies first time Derby? Like what should be in their goodie bag, or what kind of shoes should they be wearing?
I know. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I do have a friend going for the first time. I always tell people just, you kind of have to dress for where you're sitting. But the shoes are a big part. You want to wear shoes that match your outfit, but you also are like, I'm in these shoes all day.
All day.
You need to wear something comfortable. I recommend, a platform. If you can have a platform on those heels, it actually makes them more comfortable. So that would be my biggest piece of advice, I guess, is maybe pick a shoe with a little bit of a platform on that heel. I mean,
shoes are very important for the Derby. Either you said platform or flats, or throw flip-flops into your bag. That works too. But when you're cheering for the horse, and you're jumping up and down, you don't want to be no heels.
Yeah, you don't want to be twisting any ankles, but yeah. Yeah, hopefully that horse is coming down and we're all jumping.
That's
right.
We also have to pack shoes for the walkover because we never know if it's going to be sloppy or dry or something. For the girls, that's always a challenge on the walkover, what kind of shoe you can wear.
Absolutely. One last question for the both of you. So I know you're both passionate about care. So if the fans want to really look into programs, are there ones that you would recommend, especially because we want to take care of these equine athletes after retirement?
Yeah, I tell people all the time that these horses do so much for us during their racing career, and I feel it's a big obligation to the owners to take care of these horses after they're done racing and in retirement, just like you do your mom and dad or anything else that when they go to retirement. They deserve to be treated right and taken care of. And so I am on the board of the TCA, and also I support Second Stride, trying to find these horses quality lives after racing. It's very important to me and to our family and to our stable. And we do everything we can to find them good homes when they decide they don't want to be racehorses anymore, or if they have to have an injury. It's very, very important to us.
I love that. Every time I'm in Lexington, I go to Old Friends Farm.
Yep.
Because, it's just so special to see how much they care about those horses and take care of them.
We've had a lot of retired horses, and I follow up with them, and they gave everything they had for us, and now I think we have to give back to them, and that means a lot, to me to see that they're taken care of.
I love that. Thank you. Well, thank you both again for the opportunity. This was great. I know we're going to be cheering Catching Freedom on. And I really hope to see you both in the winner's circle, just covered in those roses. I mean, it would be amazing.
Hopefully it's our year.
It's going to be a fun
It is your year.
It's going to be, we're looking forward to it.